guys. Look at their acronym. You guys understand? Nations of Kings and Priests. What would the acronym be there? No cap. Their acronym is no cap.
These scriptures like a roadmap, picture perfect Kodak. Alabama folding chair upside your head, whole lot. Remember Moses and them 2 Egyptian soldiers? Don't let me go back. Hats off, nations of kings and priests, no cap.
That's it. That's nice.
You sure about that?
I give you guys props on that.
What you say about us vocab? Truth is out, deuces out. Now they got the nooses out. Israel like the sand of the sea. Who can count us? Who can doubt the Most High? You can try, you can found it. Yasharhala life raft. Christ can save you from drowning, save you from you from losing. Psalms 94. Who gon' rise against the evildoers? The chosen still lost. The whole world is clueless. The suffix that pertains to this issue. No, we are not Jewish. Romans 9 and 4. If you need more of the Most High's influence.
Yo, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Kahala, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. All right, giving all honor and glory unto the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, in the name of our beloved King of Kings, Yahushai Hamashiac, who died for the nation of Israel. Glory be unto him. All praise is due. All right. We know cap nations of kings and priests. Got a lot of scriptures to go through today, but I wanted to briefly discuss. This is a history class. Grab your notes, pen and paper, write it down. There's a lot of history we're going to be going through, and it's important. And why is it important? A lot of the discussions that come up, especially on debates or when we're defending this truth, or when we're talking about either keeping the law or who's salvation for, or who are the Gentiles, who are the strangers, right? All that's a big discussion. All that is stemmed through you, Yasharhala, because I'll say we failed the Most High. The Most High divided the kingdom and split it in half. And many times we were called Gentiles, we were called strangers. It's important to defend, but also understand, right? So you got to understand the history behind it. Real quick, Nehemiah, Luke 19 and 10. Just because I want to grab the premise, because we talk about Christ, and a lot of Christians will come up and say, well, Jesus, what does Jesus mean to you guys? I saw it today. Well, of course he means everything, man, right? And there's a reason why he means everything, because the 2 sticks, or what we call the 2 nations, are going to become one in him, man. Right? Luke 10 and 19. Go ahead and read that. I don't have it in notes, but
you Luke 10 and 19 or 19 and 10?
So like at 19 and 10.
All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 10. For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost.
That which was lost, man. He's talking about himself, right? He's come to seek and to save that which is lost. Right? So that's his mission. You know what I'm saying? That's the intention of Christ, why Christ came. We're gonna grab all that. We're gonna go into details here because why we were called strangers, why we become Gentiles, why the mission of Christ, but everything, like it says in Colossians, everything was made by him for him, right? So the mission is for him to seek and to save that which was lost, right? So let's go ahead and start. Let's go to Genesis 15, and we're going to start at verse 13, Baba Kasha. So it's Genesis 15 and 13. We'll start there. Oh, yeah.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
So they're being very specific in this prophecy. This prophecy is saying that the seed, not seeds, seed shall be a stranger in a land, right? And in that land, we're going to serve 400 years, right? Keep reading.
Verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And afterward shall they come out with great substance.
Right. So now what does that mean? That means after that captivity, we're going to come out with great substance. Read verse 15.
And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age.
So now this is talking about what? Talking about his death, right? Meaning that if you serve me, this is what's going to happen. But very important, the seed, right, of Abraham is going to be a what? A stranger, right? Very specific. Meaning what? That the seed, Israel, can be called strangers, man, right? Obviously, this is Abraham, our forefather. We always say Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So it's he is being blessed right now. So this is very important, right? So from there, let's go to Leviticus 25, and we'll do 35. Now, when you read this chapter, you're going to understand that it has it has different condemnations between strangers, but it's using the same word. Right? Elder did a class a few weeks ago, and he goes into the different names of strangers, and there's 9 different definitions of strangers, or the way the strangers used, but it's one word in English, but it's used in the same way, the word stranger, right? So you can go into the concordance, but remember, brethren, a concordance is only half of it. You have to grab the context, the historical value, and of course, what the word is actually saying. This is all going to build up into the weaving in of the context of what you are reading. You cannot go ahead and say, well, just because it says one thing, it's got to mean that. No, sometimes that word stranger ain't talking about another nation. It's talking about your brother being a stranger. And to those who don't know, your brethren can become a stranger, right? Go ahead and read that out. Verse 35, Baba Kasha.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 35. And if thy brother be waxen poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee.
So now that again, y'all gotta grab these words, man. One is brother, right? Be waxen poor and falling in decay. you shall do what? Relieve him, man. We have laws, and this can go into a civil law of how to take care of brothers and sisters that have fallen into a decay. So now when we look at this, we say a stranger, a brother, and look what it says here, a sojourner, right? Watch this. Let's grab the definition of sojourner. Let's see what that means. A lot of y'all grab these different, words, and y'all gotta look into the words, man. So let me share my screen. It's temporary resident, occupant, occupier, right? Sojourner. Let's see what Merriam dictionary. Yeah, a temporary resident. Yeah, Khan. So I mean, you can imagine. Go ahead. You can imagine, right? A sojourner is someone who may have lost their land, right? Maybe someone who hasn't lost their home, lost their land, and they're sojourning in your. So let's say Nehemiah, right? Nehemiah's Gadite. He lives in the country of Gad, in the city, and I came up on hard times in the land of Naphtali because it's Northern Kingdom are right by each other. Mm-hmm. And I give Nehemiah a call. Well, Salaka, not a call, a pigeon. What they used back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. Or something along those lines. Say, hey man, I lost my home, need a place to stay. Hey man, I'll work in your land. Just whatever, any food or shelter would be appreciated. That's what this is. Oh, Salaka, let me go back to it. So this is what that says. And if thy brother, I'm his brother, right, be waxing poor, I became poor, and falling into decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. In Nehemiah, saying, like, help me out. Mm-hmm. Yea, though he be a stranger, yeah, bro, I'm a stranger. Or a sojourner. So now I'm a sojourner because I lost my land, right? Mm-hmm. That he may live with thee, right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and read 36, Baba Kasha.
Khan, verse 36. Take thou no usury of him, or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee.
Right, meaning do this out of good charity, out of good heart, man. Right, do it to relieve him, and Most High will, I can eventually get my land back and whatnot. Right, you keep reading.
Khan, verse 37. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. Mm-hmm. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant. But as an hired servant and as a sojourner he shall be with thee, and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee.
Remember, there's a time, man, look how specific this is. There's a time frame, and the title is not to serve as a bond servant. Mm-hmm. So in other words, you cannot what you call enslave your brethren, right? Now you could hire him, doesn't necessarily make him a bond servant. There's a difference. Remember, bond servant, right? Go ahead and read 41.
And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return.
Right. So now, hey, Nehemiah, I'm restored, brother. All praises to the Most High. The Wadi Yahweh. I'm able to whatever, you know what I'm saying? I met a beautiful Gadite sister. We had 4 kids. Nah, I had like 10 kids. Yeah, I had 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? Oh, praise. So like, and I'm moving out, got my own place. Man, That's restoration, right? So now, watch this. Go ahead and read 44. Now remember, we're talking stranger here, okay? Go ahead and read 44.
Verse 44. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you.
So now, hold on. Now we're talking about bondmen and bondmaids, and we're talking about heathens. We're talking about other nations. Read on.
Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids.
So hold on. Now them I can purchase, right? Yes, this is a civil law. Yes, this happened when we had the land. However, it's a law specific to the other nations, not my brother. Now look what it calls them. Read 45, Baba Kasha.
Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and
Hold
of their
on.
fat.
Hold on. Read that again.
Verse 45 from the top. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession.
Remember, the law of the Lord is perfect, right? The law of the Lord, right, is perfect. He meant to have this in here. He didn't make a mistake. But I want you to see the distinctions between the brother stranger and the heathen strangers, right? There's a clear difference in the law, but they're using the same word. The same word in English and strangers are the same. However, we look at it in context of the differences between our brother stranger and the heathen strangers. Gone? So from there, let's go to 1 Kings. We're going to go to 1 Kings 11 and verse 34. We're going to get into the dividing of the kingdom of Israel, right? So now in this chapter, you can grab so much meat off this chapter, but obviously we're going to grab the highlights, which is going to go into the dividing, right?
You said verse 24 or 34?
34, Salakia.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 34. Howbeit, I would not take the whole kingdom out of his hand, but I will make him prince all the days of his life for David, my servant's sake, whom I chose.
Solomon, right? So I got talking about Solomon, and because of David's sake, this is the Lord, right? Go ahead.
Whom I chose because he kept my commandments and my statutes.
So because the Lord loved David, he's gonna hold the kingdom all the days of Solomon, right? So go ahead and continue reading.
Verse 35. But I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand and will give it unto thee, even 10 tribes.
So now what is he doing? He's saying, I'm going to divide the kingdom now, but not with Solomon, but to Solomon's son, right? Go ahead and read 36.
And unto his son will I give one tribe, that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me to put my name there.
Right, Yasharhala, right? And having Yahweh there. Oh, that's where we get the term Jew, right? And Jew meaning and remember, he already took the 10 tribes, which we will call the northern kingdom today. But there in Jerusalem, he's being very specific. He's saying that I chosen to put in my name there. Yahweh or Judah has the name of the Lord there. Yahweh, right? So that, again, being very specific, and this is where we get into the word Jew, and then you're going to see the differences in the prophets, where you're going to see a lot of where they call Northern Kingdom Jerusalem, So like not Jerusalem, Israel and Northern Kingdom, right? And Ephraim as well, right? So you're going to see that distinction with the Northern Kingdom. We're going to grab a couple of those scriptures as well. So now we see the parting or the split of the kingdom, right? Keep reading on.
Verse 37. And I will take thee, and thou shalt reign according to all that thy soul desireth, and shalt be king over Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be, if thou wilt hearken unto all that I command thee, and wilt walk in my ways, and do that is right in my sight, to keep my statutes and my commandments, as David my servant did, that I will be with thee, and build thee a sure house, as I built for David, and will give Israel unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
And I will for this afflict the seed of David, but not forever.
But not forever. So now he's making a promise, right? Go ahead, read.
Verse 40. Solomon sought therefore to kill Jeroboam, and Jeroboam arose and fled into Egypt, and Shishak, king of Egypt, and was in Egypt until the death of Solomon.
Right. So now Jeroboam, keep that in mind, right? Fled into Egypt. Right. So now from there, let's jump into chapter 12, and we're going to start at verse 15. So 1 Kings chapter 12 and verse 15. And we're going to pick it up. Go ahead.
1 Kings chapter 12, verse 15. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from Yahweh, that he might perform his saying, which Yahweh spake by Ahijah, the Shilonite, unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat.
Right. So now what did he do? What did he try and do? This is a wicked man, dude. Watch, you're gonna see. Go ahead, read.
Verse 16. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David?
Meaning, what do we got to do with him? Right. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thine own house, David. Mm-hmm. So Israel departed unto their tents.
Israel did what?
Departed unto their tents.
That's Israel. That's Northern Kingdom leadership. You know what? Y'all do you, we'll do us. We ain't got nothing to do with that. With Jerusalem, we ain't got nothing to do with Yahweh. We ain't got nothing to do with that. We're leaving. If you notice, that spirit is heavy today in Israel. Right? You see a lot of division in Northern and Southern Kingdom, right? As a matter of fact, even in the world, if you ever were around gangs or have blocks as your territory, you see that a lot. Now, of course, you're gonna have truces and stuff like that, but in the last days, according to the Bible, it says that in Babylon, Northern and Southern Kingdom are going to be oppressed together. So you find where the curses are at, and you find where the most oppressed are at in those kingdoms, and then you pinpoint where Babylon's at. Now, y'all tell me, if that's not America, where is it? Right? And if it ain't America, where is Northern and Southern Kingdom being oppressed together? And if you're going to say it's somewhere else, well, then we have a whole other captivity to go through. And according to our timeline, that has absolutely no merit, right? So again, put the pieces together and you'll see, especially I'm going to speak, firmly here in Florida. We never dealt with the Southern Kingdom like that. It was always Northern Kingdom. We did our thing. You know what I'm saying? We had our own gangs. We had our own territory. We did our own things. When you go to jail, what happens? It's the same thing, right? So it's that division, even in the world, is very heavy, right? But I'm going to tell y'all this. I've been in Israel in a long time. You see that division in Israel as well. We got to stop that hatred, man. That's why Christ always says, put your burdens on me. I am the truth. I am the way. If we were always to focus on him, we wouldn't have that hatred toward each other. When he's talking about your enemies, he's speaking about your brethren, right?
Mm.
We're going to grab a little bit on that later as well. Let's keep reading on.
All right. Verse 17. But as for the children of Israel, which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. Then King Rehoboam sent Adaram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones, that he died. Therefore, King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem.
Right, man. They were like, oh, hell, we're not messing with Northern Kingdom. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 19. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
Right.
And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all Israel. There was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only.
You see that? So a true split within the kingdoms. Man, that's why I don't really sweat, man, since I came into this truth, especially being a light-skinned brother like myself, you know, I don't sweat the Negro only, because when it comes to colorism is a true slave mentality, right? And it was given to us by our slave masters. That's something that I don't subscribe to anymore like that. We really have I would say have grown from that, and I encourage all of y'all to grow from it. But I don't sweat it too much. But at the same time, I don't sweat what I like to call the Latino onlys either. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a hatred like that. I see y'all brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't approach me because y'all think I'm cooning or whatever, but y'all got to understand, we focus on Hamashiac. And that's why we are together today, because the northern and southern kingdom are going to come together through his spirit. And we see that today, right? Where are we? Verse 21, or we finished that already? No, we're at verse 21.
Verse 21. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin,
right,
and 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam the son of Solomon.
So now they came. So now Rehoboam, the king of the southern kingdom, right, is now gathering together Benjamin, and guess who else? The Levites. So now you got Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which is who? That's why we say they're the southern kingdom, right? And now they're going to go against the northern kingdom, which are, Ephraim, Manasseh, Naphtali, Asher. You got all these, Gad. You got all these other tribes that they're going to go against, those 10 tribes, right? So now you see the division, right? So now watch what the Lord's going to say. Read verse 24.
Verse 24. Thus saith the Lord, ye shall not go up nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearken therefore to the word of Yahweh, and return to depart according to the word of Yahweh.
You see that? The Lord told them, don't do it. Don't fight against your brethren. Leave that up to me. I got this. Right? Read 25.
Then Jeroboam built Shechem and Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence and bit Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David.
Right. So now, what's like, yeah, man, obviously he's being very facetious, right? And saying in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of now that he built his own stuff, right? Very wicked. But what he don't understand is this, and this is something that y'all brothers got to get as well. Let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah 11 and 4. We're going to come back to Kings, but I want to grab a quick precept. Y'all got to understand this. And there's a reason behind this. Now, remember, brethren, I'm going to kind of speak to my Northern Kingdom brothers specifically. But remember, there's prophecies that are happening, right? And prophecies need to take place, right? Read Zechariah 11 and 14. Watch this.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 14. Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel.
So now we understand that that was a prophecy that was supposed to happen. Right? Read on.
Verse 15. And Yahweh said unto me, take unto thee yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd.
Right. What is a foolish shepherd? One who don't know how to take care of his sheep. Right? But we know who the shepherd is, man. We know who the king is now. Y'all understand? Like, we have something. The prophets were prophesying and understood Christ, but they didn't really get him the way we are understanding him today. And even with the information that we have, it's a portion of what we really understand about Christ. You know? Because through him is the bringing together of the nations. And when we say nation, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom nations of Israel, right? Let's go back to 1 Kings, right? All praise to the Most High. Hey, and it's crazy how even in the world you have this this disdain amongst each other, you know, and that's a very sad thing. You want to say something, Mark?
Yeah. There was a rapper there's this rapper out of LA called Lefty Gunplay, right? And he's on an interview, and somebody asked him about because he's Mexican, and he somebody asked him, he was like, would you ever let your daughter date a black man? And he was just like, hell no. You know, he was just like, it's like, just the same with them. They would imagine if my daughter came into the house with a black man, I'm gonna, you know, and he starts saying what he was gonna say, and he said, and they would do the same way. He said that's just how it is in LA. You know, that if a son brought in a Mexican daughter or vice versa, he said they're gonna do the same thing. So it still goes to show you that hatred is still there, all the way from thousands of years ago. It's still here, still present.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, because when you start going into some of the history that happened, especially in Mexico and the United States, a lot of the, especially in the times, a lot of the slaves actually went into Mexico and sought refuge. Now, we're not talking about the Spaniards, we're talking about the natives, right? So, man, how come we so divided? What happened to y'all? You know what I'm saying? So, again, through Christ, through understanding who we are, how we're supposed to live, and how we're supposed to love each other as ourselves, we start understanding more and better, and understand united. As a matter of fact, if y'all seen the movie Blood In, Blood Out, you see the part where El Mero Mero, the main Mexican dude who got murdered, he was saying they want black and brown to fight against each other. But he said, but united, they can never stop us. He was absolutely right. Problem is, we ain't uniting with the scriptures. We ain't united with the spirit of Christ. That's what was missing. When you listen to Malcolm X and some of his old interviews, it's a beautiful interview. Perfect spirit, but wrong doctrine. If he would have had the truly taught from the Bible, and if you notice when he speaks, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this, and he even paints Elijah Muhammad as as Moses in one of his interviews. That's what he said. If he would actually point at Christ, it would have probably been a totally different ball game. But hey, the Lord does what the Lord does, right? So, you know, we were able to grab and use some of his spirit these days. So, you know, all praise to the Most High. Where we at? Okay.
Verse 27.
Go ahead, Ak.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, verse 27. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of Yahweh at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam, king of Judah. And they shall kill me and go again to Rehoboam, king of Judah.
So now this is Jeroboam saying this, the northern kingdom guy. So now what does he do? Watch this evil man and what he did. Go ahead.
Verse 28. Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold and said unto them, it is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold, thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Wicked, man.
Yeah, he mocking them too.
Yeah, wicked as hell. He goes, these are your gods. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 29. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan. And this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one, even unto Dan.
Read on.
And he made an house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people, which were not of the sons of Levi.
So now understand, this is why you see a lot of northern kingdom priests, right? If you go into basically every single native culture in the Americas, you're going to see some sort of Levitical practice. Those Levitical practice came from this.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think they learned it from? So when y'all see the Aztecs or the Incas or the Mayans, and they're doing this animal sacrifice, even a human sacrifice, where do you think they learned it from?
Mm-hmm.
They learned it from here. This is fresh of the divide. They have all they need and all the information they need to pursue their other gods. Right? You'll see, as a matter of fact, in Peru, there it's Passover, but they call it something else, and it happens in spring, and they actually were able to do that again every single year, but it's called something else, and they actually have a big display. I actually would love to go one day and experience it myself live. Bruh, you got to see these. As a matter of fact, let me grab it, man. Y'all think I'm crazy. Watch this. Oh, yeah. Here it goes. You see my screen? Okay, Khan. All right. So, oh yeah, Khan. So, the festival of the sun, right? So now, here, let me see if I could. Do you see this brother right here?
Let me see. Where? Oh, the main one? Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oops, Salakia.
NT Rami.
So NT or Inky, what the hell happened here? Oh, what am I doing? I'm somewhere else. Salakia. Yeah, this is the one I want. So now look at this getup, man.
All right.
Look at the colors. Look at the fringes. Look at the borders, man. It's just beautiful, man. So basically, so this is a high priest. You see that? And they'll have this festival every single year. Look at his fringes, Ak.
Fire.
Oh, this whole thing is fire, bro. Look at that, man. Look at the headdress. I mean, They go all out, man. So now when I got a class on it. I think it's on this channel, but if y'all go to it, I actually go into detail about the Inca sun god, Inki, which is Yahawashi, and everything points to him. You know, you know, like he's the sun and stuff like that. However, remember, this is the knowledge that they took with them. So when we read stuff like that, you know, in Second and First Kings, this is where it comes. This is why they carried it on, or we carried it on into this land. Bro, this dude is fire, bro. Do you see this? I need this.
Look at that.
I need this. Look at this drip, bro. Imagine walking around like that. Yo,
And
even
on the shoes too.
Yeah, even the shoes. Yo,
Yes.
yo, fire, absolute fire. All praises, all praises. So let's go back. Let's go read 32 again, Baba Kasha.
Verse 32. 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 32.
And
Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah.
You see that? Hold on. Do you see the festival? Right? So now what is he doing? He's actually creating feast days now. But y'all can't tell me this book ain't real, man. Man, this is exactly what we're reading. Right? Go ahead, Ak.
And he offered upon the altar, so did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made. And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised of his own heart, and ordained a feast unto the children of Israel. And he offered upon the altar and burnt incense.
Man, y'all saw incense there, didn't I? I think I saw incense there. Let me see. Let me go here. Hold on. No, I know it's here. Show this instead. Yo, I need to go to this, bro. There was one where they showed an altar. So you see this right here, the wall. I mean, that's in the temple. That's in the temple. They're going into the temple. You can't make this up. Where there's one where they actually have an altar. That's the one I want. Is it this here? Oh, it's here. It's here. It's here. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here, let me share this one. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. This is Northern Kingdom, bro. Look, incense, right? Where's the altar one? There's the altar one. There you go. You see the altar? You see the high priest? Look at the incense. So now obviously they can't sacrifice, you know, here or whatever, but this is what they were doing. So I mean, we're painting the picture, not only painting the, showing you the picture.
That's right.
Right.
The beach piece is fire though, bro.
Right? Man, we need to go, Nehemiah. I'm telling y'all. So from there, we're gonna jump into Second Chronicles. We're gonna grab this event. Watch this. Second Chronicles, the 11th chapter and the 14th verse.
This is the book of Second Chronicles, chapter 11, verse 14. For the Levites left their suburbs and their possession and came to Judah and Jerusalem. For Jeroboam and his sons had cast them off from executing the priest's office unto Yahweh.
You said we even kicked out the Levites. Northern Kingdom going off. Good Lord. Go ahead, Ak.
Verse 15.
Oh, Salakia. Hey, look what I'm wearing, Nehemiah. Look what I'm wearing.
Yep, I've seen it too.
I is that the spirit or what? Salakia. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And he ordained him priests for the high places and for the devils and for the calves which he had made.
Right, man. We were sacrificing unto devils, man. Right, and that's the problem, that when we look at Northern Kingdom, we are so in idolatry, man. It's crazy. It is absolutely nuts. You go to a bodega, I don't care where you are. You can go to California, Mexico, New York, Miami. You go to the bodega, bro. It's full of idolatry. Hell, you go to the damn supermarket and a supermercado, okay? And a supermercado, where you go buy your lechon and all that stuff, you got a damn aisle full of idolatry. White Jesus, you know what I'm saying? A white Caesar Borgia, the ultimate idol, the ultimate Baal, right? And that's why it's so easy for Northern Kingdom to get into that. I mean, crosses, incense, all that is it's Catholicism. We were talking about that this weekend. So, man, it's heavy. It's heavy in Northern Kingdom. Right? Salakia, I'll keep reading.
Verse 16. And after them, out of all the tribes of Israel, such as set their hearts to seek Yahweh, God of Israel, came to Jerusalem to sacrifice unto Yahweh, God of their fathers.
So you see how Yahweh is conserving, right? He's conserving the remnant of what he needs to keep in place, right? And that's very important. However, what you're going to see that was also polluted as well, right? So from there, let's go to 2 Kings 15 and 27. 2 Kings 15 and 27. And we're going to read we're going to read on.
All right. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 15, verse 27. In the 52nd year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekah, the son of Remaliah, began to reign over Israel in Samaria, and reigned 20 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
Read on.
In the days of Pekah, king of Israel, came Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and took Ijon and Abel Bethmaachah and Genoa and Kadesh and Hazor and Gilead and Galilee, all the land of Naphtali, and carried them captive to Assyria.
Hold on. So now we're looking at the son, right, of the king of Assyria taking us captives here. Now, he didn't take all of Northern Kingdom at once, but you can see he's taking us, right? Now, remember these names. And Gilead and Galilee, all the land of Naphtali, and carried them captive onto Assyria, right? Well, real quick precept, now that I have it in my head, because if not, I'm going to forget it. Let's go to Tobit. Give me Tobit 1, because we're going to grab an example, right? Tobit 1, read verse 1, and then read verse 1.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the words of Tobit, son of Tobiah, the son of Ananiel, and the son of Aduel, the son of Gabriel, of the seed of Asiel of the tribe of Naphtali.
Tribe of Naphtali. So now we know he's from the tribe of Naphtali. Read on.
Verse 2, who in the time of Enamasar, king of the Assyrians, who led captive out of this, which is at the right hand of that city, which is called properly Naphtali in Galilee above Asher.
You see that? So now solidifying that he was led away captive, right? So now, again, if y'all don't have the Apocrypha, y'all need the Apocrypha, right? Ties in perfectly to what we talking to here, right? So now the Levites left. Naphtali's taken into captivity, into the land, Galilee was taken into captivity, right? Land of Asher by Assyria, right? So now let's go to Isaiah. Give me Isaiah 1, or so like it's 7 and 1. Watch this. It's all going to tie in. Because remember, at the time of Isaiah, he spoke about this. Go ahead,
The book of Isaiah, chapter 7, verse 1. And it came to pass in the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, that Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, went up towards Jerusalem to war against it, but could not prevail against it.
Right. Remember, we just read this. Going perfectly, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And it was told the house of David, saying, Syria is confederate with Ephraim, and his heart was moved, and the heart of his people as the trees of the wood are moved with the wind.
Right. So meaning that we swayed with other nations, talking about Ephraim, right? Read.
Verse 3. Then said Yahweh unto Isaiah, go forth now to meet Ahaz, thou and Shear-Jashub, thy son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool in the highway of the fuller's field. And say unto him, take heed and be quiet, fear not, neither be faint-hearted for the two tails of these smoking firebrands, for the fierce anger of Rezin with Syria and of the son of Remaliah. Because Syria, Ephraim, and the son of Remaliah have taken evil counsel against thee, saying, let us go up against Judah and vex it, and let us make a breach therein for us, and set a king in the midst of it, even the son of Tabiel.
Right. So a king that wasn't supposed to be king. That's how wicked Northern Kingdom was, man. In addition to kicking out the Levites, going into idolatry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, we're going to go into slavery because Deuteronomy 28 is still in effect, man. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 8 or verse 7.
Right.
Thus saith the Lord God, it shall not stand, neither shall it come to pass.
Right.
For the head of Syria is Damascus.
Right.
And the head of Damascus is Rezin.
Right.
And within 65 years shall Ephraim be broken, that it be not a people.
It be what?
Not a people.
Not a people. Y'all remember that. Not a people. Right? This is where we start going into Northern Kingdom not being a people unto the Lord. Right? Let's go back to 2 Kings. Or so like 2 Kings. 2 Kings 15. I'm sorry. 2 Kings 15, and we're going to start at verse 30. Or we left off at 30.
Yeah. And Hoshea, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Remaliah, and smote him, and slew him, and reigned in his stead in the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah.
Right.
And the rest of the acts of Pekah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel.
You see that? Even the book, it tells you where it's at. It's like, go ahead.
In verse 32, in the 2nd year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, began Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, to reign.
Which this is what we read in Isaiah, right?
Mm.
So now, watch this. Let's go to Hosea, the book of Hosea. Where am I? Ooh, okay. Book of Hosea, chapter 1. So like it. Chapter 1 and verse 1. Go ahead.
The book of Hosea, chapter 1, verse 1. The word of Yahweh that came unto Hosea, the son of Beri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel.
Y'all see the connection here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you see it with Isaiah, Kings, Chronicles, right? Tobit, right? It's all there. This is the history. Y'all got to understand this, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea, and Yahweh said to Hosea, Go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from Yahweh. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh said unto him, Call his name Jezreel, for yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu.
You see
and
that?
will call.
So no, hold on a second. So this is the Lord speaking to him in a parable. Not saying go get a whore, man. Right? Go ahead.
And will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel. And it shall come to pass at that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. Excuse me. And she conceived again and bare a daughter. And the Most High said unto him, Call her name Leruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by Yahweh their God, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by cattle, by horses, nor by horsemen.
Hold on. Why he say that? Give me Zechariah 12 and verse 7. Zechariah 12 and verse 7. This is why he said that. Where is it? Zechariah 12 and verse 7.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
That's why. The tents of Judah shall be saved first. You brothers, y'all gotta see. Y'all see that today? I don't know about you, but I see it today. The house of Judah was woken up first. I mean, I saw a picture today. I wish I could bring that out. But there's a picture of Elder Ariyah. I'm gonna share it with you, Nehemiah. I'll bring it to you later. But it's a picture of, you know what? I'm gonna bring it up. Y'all think I'm crazy. So watch this. Hey, look who's in the chat. Look who's in the chat, Nehemiah. It's Shalom, man.
Shalom, Mark. Yeah,
hold on, I think I could find it. Let me see. Got it. Okay. Wait, where am I? Show this instead. Y'all see that? Okay. See my mouse here? This is Priest Ariyah. This is in the mid-70s in New York, where the brothers are teaching, right? You see the signs, right? That's me. Actually, that's me right now with the seats. I'm actually taking a seat now because I have bad knees, but it'd probably be worse. But you see the brothers here, right? And you see the chart, same chart we use today. You see the Jacob and Esau sign right here. This is in the mid-70s, y'all. Look at the brother with the bell bottoms. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So this is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is Judah waking up first, for the tents of Judah shall be saved first, right? In the Zechariah 12:7, right? The Lord shall also save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Judah shall not magnify themselves against Judah, because you know we will. Right? But all praise to the Most High, man, that we see this coming into fruition today, man. Y'all gotta rejoice. It's so, I mean, the just the way it's you know, it's flourishing, man. You know what I'm saying? So all praise God, all praises. All praise. Where we at? 2 Kings? We're at 2 Kings. Where were we in? We're in Zechariah, right? But we were in 2 Kings. Right? Yeah, we're in 2 Kings. 2 Kings 17. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to Chronicles 30.
Did you was that it for Hosea that you wanted?
Oh no, Salakia. No. The water ark. The water ark. No. The water ark. Right. Baba Kasha. Go ahead. We read, I think, 8.
We on verse 8. We on verse 8 now. Hosea chapter 1, verse 8. Now, when she had weaned Leruhamah, she conceived and bare a son. Then said God, call his name Laomi, for ye are not my people, and I will not. Ye are not my people.
Ye are not my people. Who he talking about? The northern kingdom. Right? Read on.
And I will not be your God.
Read on.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
Read on.
Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
Who's that head? That's Hamashiac, man. Right? At the Tampa summit, which was in January, man, I remember seeing just all, I mean, there must have been 400 Israelites there, man, and just seeing them. What a beautiful thing, man. And just seeing the spirit of Hamashiac there, you know, just a beautiful thing, man. You know, so, you know, all praises, man. We're seeing that spirit. So now, what are we connecting here, family? We're connecting they shall be not there, for ye are not my people. Remember, we read that already in Isaiah, right? We read that in Isaiah. So now let's go to 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles 30 and verse 1. Read it when you got it out.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 30, verse 1. And Hezekiah sent to all Israel and Judah and wrote letters also to Ephraim and Manasseh, that they should come to the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, to keep the Passover unto Yahweh, God of Israel.
So now this is Hezekiah, man, which was a great king, man, right? A great Judite king. You could read about him in history, man. He definitely has an impact, and the Lord was working with him, man. And he had the spirit on him. And he said, man, you know what I'm saying? Come through Ephraim, come through Manasseh, come through Northern Kingdom, and let's keep the Passover together, man. So when we tell y'all to come to the summit, we don't care what camp you in, come to the summit. Right? But through the Spirit, man, right? So now let's see what they said. Go ahead, continue reading.
Verse 2. For the king had taken counsel on his princes and all the congregation in Jerusalem to keep the Passover in the 2nd month. For they could not keep it at that time, because the priests had not sanctified themselves sufficiently. Neither had the people gathered themselves together to Jerusalem.
Right, so they could not. So now jump down to verse 18. Watch this.
Verse 18. For a multitude of the people, even many of Ephraim and Manasseh, Issachar and Zebulun, had not cleansed themselves, yet did they eat the Passover otherwise than it was written. But Hezekiah prayed for them, saying, the good Yahweh pardon everyone that prepared his heart to seek God, Yahweh, God of his fathers, though he be not cleansed according to the purification of the sanctuary.
Y'all remember this. The cleansing. Y'all see that? The cleansing of the Northern Kingdom, or of those who could not eat of the Passover. The Lord pardoned them. Who knows? A lot of these probably were not even circumcised.
I was just going to say that. I was like, they being called uncircumcised during this time right here.
Technically they are uncircumcised, right?
Yeah.
They forsook the covenant, but here's the thing: the Lord. What does it say? The Lord pardoned everyone. Y'all got to stop being so over righteous, man. We see a good example here of the Lord. If, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? We got to keep it the way we want to, the way we got to keep it. But at the end of the day, the Lord pardons, man, and he has grace. Right? Keep that feast, man.
Right.
Salakia. Keep reading.
All right. Verse 20. And Yahweh hearkened to Hezekiah and healed the people. And the children of Israel that were present at Jerusalem kept the feast of unleavened bread 7 days with great gladness. And the Levites and the priests praised Yahweh day by day, singing with loud instruments unto Yahweh. And Hezekiah spake comfortably unto all the Levites that taught the good knowledge of Yahweh. And they did eat throughout the feast 7 days, offering peace offerings and making confession to the Lord God of their fathers. And the whole assembly took counsel to keep other 7 days, and they kept other 7 days with gladness. For Hezekiah, king of Judah, did give to the congregation 1,000 bullocks and 7,000 sheep, and the princes gave to the congregation 1,000 bullocks and 10,000 sheep, and a great number of priests sanctified themselves. And all the congregation of Judah with the priests and the Levites and all the congregation that came out of Israel and the strangers that came out of the land of Israel and that dwelt in Judah rejoiced. So there was great joy in Jerusalem, for since the time of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, there was not the like in Jerusalem.
So Hezekiah was able to grab a remnant of those northern kingdom and bring them in, right? Especially the ones who did not go into Assyria, right? So all praises to the Most High. We see that coming together, and that sanctification, what in the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and they kept it, man. I mean, that's a beautiful thing, you know. From there, let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 56. We're going to read chapter 56, 5 through 8.
Chapter 56.
Yeah.
All right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 56, starting at verse 5. Even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and a name better than of sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off.
Now, this is what? Talking about the broken house, right? Watch this. Read.
Verse 6. Also the sons of the stranger that joined themselves to Yahweh to serve him and to love the name of Yahweh, to be his servants, every one that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taketh hold of my covenant.
So now, remember, a Christian will grab verse 6, and you think it's a wrap from there, right? But y'all got to understand, who is he talking about here? Again, family, we're talking about strangers using the same word stranger in English. But we're going to see. Keep reading.
John, verse 7. Even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar, for mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people.
Read on.
Yahweh, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel, saith, yet will I gather others to him, besides those that are gathered unto him. Verse 9. All ye beasts of the field come to devour, yeah, all ye beasts in the forest. His watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant, they are all dumb dogs, they cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, every one for his gain from his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant.
Sound familiar to what happened in Hezekiah, right? That potential that can happen with us uniting together through our king, right? But what's the point here? The point is this: the Lord God, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel. That's who he's talking to, and that's who that's who the apostles addressed in the New Testament. Watch this. Let's go to 1 Peter's. 1 Peter's 1 and verse 1.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 1, verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Hamashiac, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
So now what is this? He's saying to the strangers, right? Read verse 2.
Elect according to the knowledge of God the Father.
No. Read that again. Read that again.
Elect according to the foreknowledge of God the Father. According to
the fore, right? That's a difference, right? That's very specific. To the foreknowledge. Elect to the foreknowledge. According to Isaiah, the 45th chapter, the elect of Israel, right? That's who he's talking to. That's who he's addressing, right? Read.
According to the foreknowledge of God the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Hamashiac, grace unto you and peace be multiplied.
Jump to chapter 2 and verse 7. Right? Watch this.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. Unto you, therefore, which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner.
Right? Because those builders are who? The Pharisees, right? Read on.
Verse 8. And a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed.
They were appointed. They were appointed to do those things, right? But through a Hamashiac, now we have a true understanding. Read on.
Verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
So now, who are we talking about? Which nation is holy? Which nation was chosen? Y'all, you see, y'all Christians can grab as many verses from Peter, from Paul, from John, from James. They're always going to point to Israel. All of them. If I'm addressing, and I'm writing it, because this is an epistle. This is a epistle. The epistles of Peter are a letter that he's writing. And he's specifically addressing the audience. That audience is Israel, right? Keep reading.
Verse 10, which in time past were not a people, but
what?
now.
We just read that. Which were times past not a people. Now, I'm not under the ideology that it's only speaking about Northern Kingdom, because Southern Kingdom could have went off as well. But he is addressing Israel. So I'm not going to be specific and say that's only Northern Kingdom. I'm not going to do that. However, he is speaking to Israel. That we can see. Go ahead.
Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul.
You see that? So now he's I beseech you as strangers. Again, brothers, all this is coming into fruition as the Northern and Southern Kingdom being strangers and Gentiles. The Northern and Southern Kingdom coming back into the covenant, the new covenant through the blood of Hamashiac. When we read Acts 10, I'm not going to go into it now, but when we read Acts 10 and Peter and Paul and how they met, Cornelius giving the vision or explaining the vision unto Peter, what do you think he's talking about? The purification of men through the blood of Hamashiac. And those men are men from Israel. So when we read things ordained from the beginning, right? That I've come to save that which was lost, right? I have sheep from another fold, right? Give me John 7. We'll go John 7 and 35. Salakia, yeah, duh. Salakia, just go to John 7 and 35.
The book of John.
I'm not saying it. Salakia, I'm speaking it, but I'm not going to it. I'm not going to it. Go ahead, Salakia.
John chapter 7, verse 35.
Yeah.
Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles?
Why he say that? Why he say that? Going to y'all, y'all gotta grab these words. Understand these words gotta start coming clear. Visualize what y'all reading, man. Right? Then said the Jews, remember, we solidified earlier that the Jews were the Southern Kingdom, right? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Then he said the Jews amongst themselves, whether will he go, that we shall not find him. Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So there's a dispersed amongst the Gentiles and teaching the Gentiles. There's two Gentiles there, right? So now let's go to Luke. Luke 1 and 77. Remember, we read in Zechariah that the tents of Judah shall be saved first. That's not a one West doctrine. That's a prophecy, right? Go ahead, Ak.
Luke chapter 1, verse 77. To give knowledge of salvation unto his people by the remission of their sins.
Of his people by the remission of their sins, right? Very specific, right? Matthew, the 4th chapter and the 13th verse. Watch this. This is the Yahushai's. No, so I can start at verse 12.
The book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 12. Now, when Yahushai had heard that John was cast into prison, he departed into Galilee.
He departed where?
Into Galilee.
I remember that. Go ahead.
And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the seacoast, in the borders of Zebulun and Naphtali.
So hold on, he's in the border of Zebulun and Naphtali, right? Read.
Verse 13, or verse 14. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying,
right,
the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali by the way of the sea beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles.
Galilee of what?
The Gentiles.
That's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You need to learn how to understand how to go through these things. It's calling Naphtali and Zebulun Gentiles. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 10 and verse 5. Right, we almost done.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Yahushai sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles and into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
You see that? You see that? Go rather into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Let's go to John 10. Right? John 10, read verse 1.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
Right? He's talking about the terror. He's talking about the kingdom of heaven. Right? How are you supposed to enter into the kingdom? Into the sheep's fold. Right? Read on.
Verse 2. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice.
The sheep hear his voice, right? Read.
And he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out.
His own sheep by name. Read on.
And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice.
For they know his voice. Let's go to Hosea. Hosea, I believe it's 11. Where are you? Okay. Is it 11 or 14? Hold on, let me see it. Yeah, it's 11. Give me Hosea 11. Start at verse 8. No. Start at verse 9. Verse 9.
The book of Hosea, chapter 11, verse 9.
Right.
I will not execute the fierceness of mine anger. I will not return to destroy Ephraim.
Right, because remember, he's going to make them a people. We're reading Hosea, right? He's keeping his promise, right? Read on.
For I am God and not man, the Holy One in the midst of thee, and I will not enter into the city.
Right, so now here's the point. Read verse 10.
They shall walk after Yahweh. He shall roar like a lion. When he shall roar, Then the children shall tremble from the west.
From the what?
From the west.
This is where we're going to hear the voice of the Lord. And who's the Lord? Yahweh Shai Hamashiac through Yahweh, right? Yahweh is talking through Yahweh Shai, right? And he said, and now we're going to hear, this is specifically talking about who? Ephraim, the northern kingdom, right? We're going to hear his voice, just like he said in John 10. But now it's being specific where the northern kingdom is going to hear his voice, in the west, right? So y'all got to pay attention to these things. It's very specific. Again, where's Babylon? Where's northern kingdom? Where's southern kingdom, right? Where are the cursed people, right? All that. It's crazy, right? So these are things that we're seeing and connecting. Let's go back to John 10. Hey, shalom, yak. Shalom, shalom. Yahweh. Mighty brothers, all praises, all praises. Give me verse. I want verse. Oh yeah, give me verse 16.
I missed the book. Look.
Oh, so like back to John 10.
Well, I'm still here. And you said what verse?
Verse 16.
John chapter 10, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
And sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Remember, we read where we were going to have one king, right? One king, one shepherd. That's Hamashiac, right? So again, this is all boiling down to Yahweh Shai and come northern and southern kingdom coming together through him, right? Let's go to the next chapter, John 11. Give me 11 and verse 49.
The book of John, chapter 11, verse 49.
Uh-huh.
And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all,
right?
Nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not.
And that the whole nation perish not. This is him. He's prophesying. He's understanding. The priest Caiaphas is already reading the spirit, and he's understanding the mission of Yahweh Shai. Watch this. Keep reading.
And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahweh Shai should die for that nation.
Should die for that nation, right? Read 52.
And not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad.
That's the point. How come we keep missing this part? How come every religion who grabs his Bible, whether you're Baptist, Christian, or whoever, and miss that part? Right? This is the unification of Israel. Right? And it all boils down to Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Right? So y'all got to understand this truth. And again, this all started with the sin of Solomon. Right? Solomon's sin, that's another one y'all got to understand too. Solomon's sin wasn't having, multiple wives. It was following after their gods. And it says that in Nehemiah, the 13th chapter. You cannot get around stuff like that. I mean, even I guess he didn't read his father's letter in Proverbs 31, where it says, you know, give not thy strength to a woman, for kings shall fall. Right? But because of that, the kingdom split, and now you see all the division. So Israel, we got to come together, man. Salute to man. I saw a couple of gatherings this weekend that just passed. Man, it looked beautiful, man. A lot of it's over here in the East Coast, Nehemiah. There were a couple gatherings over here, man, that were mighty through the Spirit. So all praise to the Most High, man. I saw a couple of brothers taking pictures together that I thought weren't going to take pictures together ever. But hey, all praises, man. You know, we
all praises. There we go.
Yeah, man. All praise to the Most High for the mighty men, mighty elders who go out there and risk their lives for this truth. But I'm gonna end it right there. You know, Nehemiah, you got anything?
Do not.
Okay. All praises. With that, we're gonna say, Kala Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Tawadi Yahweh, Bahashim Hamashiac Yahushai. Shalom, family.
Shalom.